probably gonna go with. I like Claire a lot.
Claire, yeah.
She cute. She cute, man. She cute.
Yeah, she's hot. She's hot. What's a Resident Evil character that you hate?
Ashley. I don't like Ashley. The baby's seeing her.
And for those of you that don't know, I actually do know Mario. We actually shot a film together, Billy the Kid. Show your face, Mario, so they can see. We did. You can see us in the show. We were there. We were extras. Played the mariachi. It's coming out. So that's all we'll say. We can't talk.
It's coming out. You're gonna see a cool surprise.
Yeah.
I got a close up, so that's cool.
Yeah, that's releasing next month, isn't it? I believe.
Yeah, I think that was.
So in today's video, I actually had the pleasure of interviewing a bunch of Resident Evil cosplayers. Another cool thing that I should also mention that happened was that I met fellow Capcom creators, which was super crazy. I did not expect to meet them. I obviously met Corvus made cosplay. Another thing that I should also mention as well is that 3 interviews, the audio got lost. Or for 2 of them, the audio wasn't picking up from my microphone. It was actually picking up the camera's audio. So it doesn't sound the best, but I did put subtitles. And there was one interview where most of the majority of the audio got lost, but I did keep the last bit of like the final part of the interview. So sorry about that, guys. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy the video. What was the first Resident Evil game that you guys played?
The first Resident Evil game that I ever played was Resident Evil 4 on the PS2.
Nice choice.
And I loved it. It was amazing.
Which one for you?
It was the one I played with you, the multiplayer one with. Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Oh, is it co-op?
5.
Resident Evil 5. I heard the voice actors here for Chris.
Yeah,
Roger. Yeah.
We don't know when he's coming though.
But we're definitely meeting him.
Yeah, I put in an interview request with him, so hopefully I get it.
that would be so awesome.
Yeah. So Resident Evil 5 and Resident Evil 4, those are awesome picks. What was your first Resident Evil game that you guys played?
RE2.
RE1?
Yeah, mine was RE1.
That's some OGs.
I was traumatized by that turning zombie for probably 10 years.
What about the dog?
Dogs were. I will never trust a window. Ever.
Yeah, never
even
again.
a door.
No, like hallway, like RE2.
You know
Nemesis, when he gets you in the RPD and he's running to that corner, you can't move.
Your Nemesis was intense, especially as kids. I was like, I can't do that.
No, honestly, we're hand sculpting Nemesis right now.
It's
like
true,
his whole
yeah.
head bust and everything.
What's your first RE game that you played?
The first one I played was the Resident Evil 2 remake.
I see, yeah.
For free with a graphics card that I bought.
Nice. So you're relatively new to the series.
Sort of, yeah.
For starters, I want to ask you, what's your first Resident Evil game that you played? Got you into the series?
I actually played the original RE4 on Wii as a kid.
First Resident Evil game that you played?
Resident Evil 7 for sure.
Resident Evil 7, that's a good one to start with.
Resident Evil 2 Remake got me in. After that, I started collecting the old games for the PS2, the GameCube. Yeah, it made me a fan.
Nice. So you're just like you're kind of a newcomer to the series. You started in 2019 then. That's awesome. Yeah.
That'd be 2 remake.
2 remake. Oh, I see. So you're very, very recent, almost a newcomer to the series, right? 2019. Or did you play before?
It's fairly new. Between either 7 or 2, whichever one came out first.
I think 7 came out.
It was when I first got into the game, but 2 was my first.
Oh, I see. Like your first, like you made it from start to finish.
Yeah.
What's the most underrated Resident Evil game?
Resident Evil 6.
Resident Evil 6. That's a good. I agree.
So much.
I agree.
But I loved it.
The co-op. The co-op
was awesome. Me and my brother had an absolute blast.
Yeah. I think the game kind of goes a little down when you're just playing by yourself.
It does.
And then it's
not nearly as fun when you're playing by yourself.
It's definitely a co-op game. But I agree. 100% agree.
Yeah. I also agree with him from what I've seen.
That's awesome. Next question is, what's the most underrated Resident Evil game?
Revelations.
I knew you were going to say that.
I looked at you and I was like, I'm going to say it for you.
The Jill Witch actress is actually here.
Oh my God.
She's here. She's Michelle Ruff.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, because we were like, I know, now we have to make different ones. Is it like I know. Outbreak.
That's a good one.
Outbreak is a legit fun multiplayer Resident Evil game. And then there's Capcom to go back to that stuff.
Definitely. Because you know what? I had it as a kid, but I was not allowed to play online.
Right. Okay, but honestly, right?
I had no idea what I was doing. I was like, this looks like a multiplayer game, but I don't know.
Okay, I'll say it. Code Red. Oh my God, yeah! I mean, the tank controls, that all needs to be revisited for sure. But it's the twins, like the Ashley
people that haven't played it.
I know.
And it's like, it's such a good
Cap pretty well a numbered game. if they remake it the way that they've done 2 and 3 and 4, like, you know what I mean? That is going to be probably
Wesker again as a villain from beginning to end.
it's going to be the scariest game.
Even that villain who's like the guy.
Yeah,
Whoa.
that
was
Alfred's dad.
that's right. Yeah.
He was scary. I was going to say that will easily be the scariest game, period. If they're able to remake that,
It's so
The locations in Code Veronica are
I have goosebumps. Yeah, me too.
The palace, the submarine, stuff like that. Resident Evil game in your opinion?
I really liked the 3 remake, actually.
Oh, really? I see.
Not like it. I didn't think it was that bad.
Yeah, you know what? I've always said on the channel that I think it's a good game. It's fun.
It's just too short.
It's just short, and it's missing too much content from the OG. So it's not the best remake, but it's a good game.
Yes.
I'll give it that. So,
To be
yeah.
honest, you know what? Not enough love is in Resident Evil 2 remake.
Oh yeah.
Just because that kicked off all the amazing remakes that they started making.
That's true. Yeah, there's some really die-hard RE2 fans that don't like the new RE2 remake, especially for the B scenario stuff. So that makes sense. Most underrated Resident Evil game in your experience?
A lot of people say it's Resident Evil 0, and I like Code Veronica a lot. I really think that should have gotten the remake, but, you know, Capcom.
Yeah.
Let's hope they change their mind.
Yeah, definitely.
Goodness, Resident Evil 0. Nobody ever talks about that one, but it introduced a lot of good stuff to the series.
Yeah. My only issue with Resident Evil 0 is probably no item box.
Yeah.
And dropping and picking stuff up.
Exactly.
So yeah.
But, you know, it's the first one that allowed you to actually drop stuff, which was big.
Yeah. If they had item box, but I heard there's a mod, right? A new item box that kind of do both. What's the most underrated Resident Evil game?
I gotta say 8.
8? I see. Yeah, because Heisenberg, right?
Well, yeah, it's a lot of fun, but I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's too easy or whatever, but that, for me, was just the story and experience of it all, so probably 8 is underrated.
You know what? Yeah, that's true. I don't really see Resident Evil 8 being on like top 10 lists for Resident Evil. It's very underrated, so that's a good answer. What's your favorite Resident Evil game?
But it's a... I'm usually torn between Resident Evil 4 Remake and Resident Evil 6. I want to go with Resident Evil 6.
That's an interesting one, I don't hear that a lot.
Matthew Mercer as Leon, just top tier.
Dude, same. I love Matthew Mercer as in the CGI movies, and it's crazy that they brought him back for Death Island.
I loved that movie.
Like, that was surprising.
I know, like, because I thought they were going to bring Nick as Leon again, but as soon as I saw it was Matthew Mercer, I was like, I am definitely watching this.
Dude, what is your favorite Resident Evil? OG3, that's a good pick.
Yeah. I knew you were going to say that.
I had to get right in there.
Because the common one is RE2, OG. That's a little too common.
I know it is,
Is it for you guys?
RE1, like, I think the remaster just because, like, I think the tank controls, like, really messed with me as a child, and that's why I was so scared.
GameCube,
of
when you're like,
zombie, because I couldn't run away.
It's like this, it's the tank.
I was like, oh no. So yeah, remake, RE1. It's like...
You can use the analog.
We love Jill, we love Nemesis. Like, it's just so good. I wish that it was kind of more like the RE2 DLC is 3, but it's a little bit shorter. It's pretty short, but it's
You picked 3 as well?
yeah, just love the 3. It's Nemesis, you know, like I
They
love.
do a good job though.
It's too fast. It's so fast.
It's like a speedrunner's like dream.
Yeah,
It's like 20 minutes.
I felt like it was a fever dream. You're like, well, it's done, but honestly, like Nemesis is just so sick in the way that you can actually
The mechanics is how they
Jill.
created him. Like, I mean, he was the ultimate boss. He hunted you the whole game.
And I didn't like how he ran. Like he did chase you in certain sections, like in front of the numbers and stuff. That was scary, but I wish the whole game was.
Always chasing you.
Just being
What's your favorite Resident Evil game?
Ooh, favorite?
Yeah.
All I've really played are the remakes, but the 4 remake was really good.
That's a good answer. Now, what's your favorite Resident Evil game? Or I guess top 3 if that's easy.
Definitely the RE4 original, because that's what I grew up on, so I have to. And then I think RE2 is next.
Yep.
And then RE8. I love RE8.
Oh, RE8. Okay, we don't actually see that much love for RE8.
Yeah.
What's your favorite out of the 2 that you played?
Definitely
Resident Evil 8: The Village.
What's your favorite Resident Evil game?
Probably 2, because that's what got me into it. The remake version. I've yet to play the PS1 version of Resident Evil 2 that I got, but yeah, definitely remake.
Yeah, no, the remake actually made me appreciate Resident Evil 2 even more.
Oh, RE1 remake.
RE1 remake.
Yeah, on the GameCube, man. That's the best one that they made.
Yeah. We were just talking about that.
What's your favorite Resident Evil game? 4 remake. 4 remake? Yeah, that's a good choice.
Megan, who's actually dressed up as Alice. So for starters, what's your favorite Milla Jovovich movie?
Ooh.
Or I guess top 3. Let's do top 3.
Okay.
This is a lot.
Definitely The Fifth Element.
No. Oh, sorry. Milla Jovovich Resident Evil movie.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I misunderstood. It's really hard. Probably Apocalypse.
Oh, yeah, the second. That's nice.
The last 2, I'm drawing a blank. I'm trying to remember the name.
Yeah, they have Retribution. Retribution is the more action-packed where they're like stuck in a building, and they have the final chapter, which is like an Afro.
That's the one I was trying to think.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Final. Yeah.
Those would be like my top 2.
I see. Top 2. And no. What about top 3? Last one.
I guess the first, it has that impact.
Yeah.
Once you watch it the first time.
Yeah. The Executioner from Resident Evil Afterlife, I believe. Yes. So yeah, what's your favorite Milla Jovovich movie, Mario?
From Resident Evil?
Yeah, Resident Evil, sorry.
All right. Well, honestly, it's hard to tell, but I will go for Afterlife.
Afterlife, yeah.
Yeah. This is where she has like she used like her natural power, to do stuff, but she also has like a power.
That's right. Wasn't it like in the movie they took away her power from the third one? I forgot about that. It's been a while since I've watched all of the movies, but yeah, top 3, I guess. So that was the first one. What's your other top 3 or top 2 and 3?
The second one will be the first one.
First one, nice.
Yeah, chapter 1. Is where we see a little bit of the backstory from the book, but not exactly because, it's like a mix of everything.
Yeah.
But it gives you like a good start,
Yeah. And I see. And the third, which one?
And the third
favorite?
I guess the third favorite will be the last one, final chapter.
Why do you guys like the final chapter so much? I thought that was like the worst one, but why I have to know why did you guys like? You can answer it too. Megan.
Go ahead.
I think because they explain a little bit of all the movies. So if you didn't watch any of the movies, they actually explain a lot of those movies. And also, they at the end they put a little bit of the canon story actually, and you see a little bit of more what in the books are. But obviously mixed with the with the director's idea of the movie.
I see. Yeah, for me, that was probably the worst one because it was the most far away from the games, personally.
Yeah.
Almost like Resident Evil, I think Extinction is when it started to go off even more. But the first one, second one, they kind of tried to have inspiration. But after the third one, they kind of went and did their like completely original. Like especially with Afterlife being in LA, kind of post-apocalyptic, Retribution being in that like umbrella kind of facility. And then the final chapter, which was like shot in Africa, right? They did kind of get a lot of inspiration from Resident Evil 5. What's your top 3 favorite Resident Evil characters?
Leon.
Yeah, Leon's definitely my favorite.
Yeah, that's number 1. We got Leon.
Jake in Resident
yeah, that's a good
6
pick.
is a good one.
With his martial arts and stuff.
Yep. Yeah, Chris, absolutely.
Chris, good choices. And what about you?
Leon, Chris, and
Claire, that's a good one, yeah. Claire.
3 favorite RE characters. Top 3.
Jill.
We're all in agreement.
Carlos.
That's interesting. I don't hear a lot of Carlos love.
Because you know what? That was one of the best character developments from being such a whatever to being like kind, caring, and really like protected.
What did you guys think about Carlos's character? A lot of people didn't like it.
I love it. It's so gorgeous.
It's Japanese, like really Japanese style.
Way better. Beautiful.
Second. So we have Jill first, and we have Chris for second.
It's so okay. Everybody's gonna get on me about it. My number 1 favorite character isn't Jill. Just my second. Brad Vickers. I like.
Spoke with the OG Brad Vickers guy.
He's amazing. Evan Saba is amazing.
Yeah, because I wrote on Biohazard Declassified's tweet where he was like, which death was better, OG or E3 or
remake. I'm like the OG because he ditched all his
He
stars.
just was like,
And then Nemesis was like,
And OG Brad was like, yes, right answer, but also wrong answer.
yeah, exactly. We joke about him that he took all the egg salad sandwiches and just left.
Okay, so I have to ask, why do you like Brad? Why?
What is the redeeming quality?
okay, listen. I'm gonna buckle up this.
I don't get it. I don't understand.
RE1, he takes off, he leaves his friends, he's afraid. Like, you go to like police academy and they don't train you for biohazard and tyrants and all that.
To be fair, they call him chicken before a biohazard.
It's true.
They do.
So he was a chicken in normal top situations.
In RE3 has his like redeeming moment, saving Jill, and finally literally deciding in that moment that Jill was like more important than his fear, than his like terror. And I think that's like character development. That's what Capcom is.
Yeah, I was thinking of the remake Green where he didn't really do anything. He was just a zombie.
That was a bit, that was good. We love him.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay, that's fair. Okay, third.
Nikolai.
We love us.
No, Rebecca Chambers.
That's a good one.
I'm a big fan of Jill. I like the unpopular ones.
Rebecca is just like, she has been in so many of, like, in all the content almost. Like, she's been in so
the
much.
smartest one.
She's so, yeah, well, even, I don't know if y'all know this, but there was a theater production that was done in Japan, which had also a musical sequel, I think.
Yes.
Which I have not watched that one yet, but I'm just saying, she is so phenomenal. Yeah.
I heard about that on the Resident Evil site. I was like, what? They had like a musical?
Oh, yeah. It's brilliant. You can find the other one on YouTube, like the first one, the non-musical one. You can find it fully on YouTube.
I have to check that out.
Yeah, it's super cool. It's super cool. Very cool.
I see. So we have Chase, Jake, Brad, and Russ.
Jill is my other. Those are my three. Yeah.
So what are you guys? We have Jill.
Rebecca Chambers, Jill, and I love Bruce. He's so
I love him. That Magnum and then he's in Revelation, you know, and he just pulls that out and it's just like, Barry. Yes.
Next up, who are your top 3 favorite Resident Evil characters?
Jill's number 1.
Nice.
And then Leon's second. And then probably Chris.
Nice. Okay. Those are awesome. So let's move on to what are your favorite Resident Evil characters? Top 3. If we could do top 3.
Well, you know, Lady D.
Yeah.
I love Heisenberg.
Heisenberg. I heard that he's also here, Neil Newbon.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm here more for the story and end of it, but I'm super excited. And my third, I'm not sure actually.
You're not sure. I see. Leon. We have Chris Redfield.
What is her name?
Jill.
No. You were gonna be her.
What is?
Who are you gonna dress up as again? That's a good question. I can't remember her name.
How does she look like? Is she Resident Evil, right?
Yes, she has a red dress.
Oh, Ada Wong.
Ada Wong.
Ada Wong.
I love
Awesome.
her.
Yeah, Ada's pretty hot. So that's cool. Top 3 favorite Resident Evil characters.
Yeah, Leon, obviously.
Yeah.
Carlos needs to be brought in again. Like, he's only one of them, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, Carlos definitely needs to make a comeback.
And then Wesker, because I think he's goofy.
Nice. That's actually what my channel's called, Project Wesker. So yeah, word agreement there. Top 3 Resident Evil characters, in your opinion. Now, Resident Evil 8 had a lot of cool characters, so which one would you want?
Good or bad?
It honestly doesn't matter. They could be bad guys. I mean, my channel's called Wesker, so no discrimination.
Carl Heisenberg.
That's a good one.
Evelyn,
okay.
And Rosemary Winters.
Rosemary, okay. We haven't heard that, but that's a good pick. 3 favorite Resident Evil characters.
Well, definitely Hank.
Yeah.
After that, I'd probably go with Leon.
Leon, good choice.
Yeah. Fellow German after all, so yeah. What else? Probably gonna go with. I like Claire a lot.
Claire, yeah.
She's cute, man. She's cute.
Yeah, she's hot. Yeah. Top 3 favorite Resident Evil characters.
Oh, Jill Valentine, of course, and Wesker. You gotta love a good villain.
That's actually my name, Project Wesker.
There you go, and Barry Burton, right? Good sidekick, man.
That's good, man. That's a good pick. Top 3 Resident Evil characters.
Leon, Heisenberg.
That's a good.
Claire.
Claire. That's a good choice. What are your favorite Resident Evil characters? Obviously, Alice being one of them, right?
Yes, Alice. Well, I really like. It's gonna sound weird because he's a villain, but.
Dr. Isaacs or?
No,
How does he look like? Just tell me.
Sorry, I'm getting nervous now. He's the blonde guy.
Wesker.
Wesker.
Oh, okay, that's my channel, Wesker.
Yeah, it's just like, without him, there's not a lot of that back and forth. So.
Yeah, and I think, was it the 4th one? Afterlife. Afterlife is when we see him kind of doing all the moves from the game, Resident Evil 5, and doing the flips. Yeah, that was probably my favorite scene, because I don't really like the Mila Jovovich movies all that much.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but what are your favorite characters from the movies? I guess top 3 will go.
Well, my first one is Wesker.
Wesker, awesome, yeah.
Because he has like a lot of versatility in the movies.
Yeah.
So sometimes he's good, sometimes he's bad, sometimes he's really bad, and sometimes he tricks you and he makes you think that he's good again,
That's right. Final chapter, didn't they just scrap Wesker altogether? Because I remember Retribution, they had like everybody, like Ada, Leon, everyone, Alice, and then Wesker were all like on top of like the United States like White House standing.
Yeah.
And then the final chapter just didn't address that. They just said that he died or something, which I was like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
I guess that's another reason why I don't like final chapter. But.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I gotta give you one for that.
And what other 2 characters are your favorite from the series or from the show?
From the movie, one of my second favorite it will be the basket player. I forget his name.
That's right. You know what I heard about him as well is that Capcom saw the movie and they were actually thinking of putting him in the game somehow.
Oh, that would be great.
They were because they loved the character so much, and honestly, he was it was really cool. What was his name? I think it was Luthor. Luthor something, right?
Yeah, it was something like that. I can't forget it right now.
Yeah.
But he's just like he has this charisma, and he's cool with everyone, but he also tries to help to everyone.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty cool. A pretty cool guy.
Yeah. No, that's a great choice. So you have Wesker, Luthor, and who else?
And my last one will be Alice.
Nice.
My favorites, but I would prefer these guys before Alice a little bit. Yeah.
Nice. And so we're almost done. Which Resident Evil character do you hate the most? And it could be a villain. I've heard Simmons be brought out there. I've heard people like that. It doesn't have to be a main character. Just anybody that was like, I hate this guy.
Simmons was definitely like I liked him as a villain. He's he's just not the nicest guy.
It's just the transformations I hear. It's just really annoying.
Yeah, that was for sure. Yeah,
the dinosaur, the fly, the lion.
They were very. There wasn't really a huge theme to it. It was just
just random.
Yeah,
he turned into a fly as well. So which one that you hate? It could be anything in the series. Just a character you're like, I don't like this one.
I didn't like Salazar from Resident Evil.
Salazar, I see. Yeah,
he was just kind of annoying to me and whatnot. But
especially OG, where he's like, Mr. Kennedy. He's very high pitched.
It's really high pitched. I'm like, I want to kill this guy.
I will say the remake, Salazar is a little toned down. He's got more of a Spaniard from Spain accent. Yeah. So he's like, welcome to my castle. It's very more. He's less annoying. Oh, you didn't like him either?
No.
Still annoying. Yeah. I think one of my most annoying thing for Salazar was when the spikes go down and he runs away. that's such an annoying part. Which Resident Evil character do you hate? This could be a villain. It could be anybody else. It doesn't have to just be main characters.
Oh man,
we've had some people say Simmons. We've had some people say other stuff. So what do you think? Could be a villain that's just annoying. Could be.
Krauser was really annoying.
Krauser, I see. Krauser from Remake specifically. Yeah. I did notice his voice was a little different, so I guess I could see that. What was the annoying part about Krauser actually?
He was just kind of annoying to fight. Just an annoying fight.
What's up, rookie? Get over here. All right, next Resident Evil character do you hate the most? So you don't have to hate, but like a character you just didn't like that. It could be a villain as well. I've heard, people bring up Rad, bring up, who else? Simmons, stuff, people like that. Who do you think?
Okay, this is gonna be the most controversial take that you probably got today, but I don't like Chris Redfield because from like Resident Evil 1, I like Chris Redfield and everything, but like I don't know, now I associate Chris Redfield with Resi 5, and I am an E1 Resi 5 hater. I hate it.
And why is Resident Evil 5 on your hate bucket, I guess?
Well, I just
is it just
like,
too actiony?
Yeah, I think it's too actiony. I think Resident Evil 4 is like the perfect mix, except for the island. I don't like the island. Yeah. But then as soon as Resident 5 happened, I felt like it went downhill. Like RE6, I played it.
Yeah, well, that makes sense, especially with the island, like you said, because in RE4 you do see the guy now just bring up their rifles, right, or their crossbows, I should say, and RE5 they have actual assault rifles. What character do you hate the most? Which are you like, I don't like this person, pisses me off, I don't like his face.
That's a tough one. I don't like how they made Ethan's design, like where you can't see his face at all.
That's a good question. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I see. So you don't like Ethan, how they didn't show his face. Yeah,
I like his character design, like the jacket.
Yeah. But you just don't like that aspect.
Yeah, just like the face thing.
Yeah, I can relate. I've actually said that in several videos where I'm like, I don't like how you can't see his face, and especially with like the third person mode that they added.
Yeah, like he turns away.
Yeah, that was crazy. So next up, we're almost done. Which Resident Evil character do you hate the most? Now this doesn't have to be a main character. It could just be a villain. Like a lot of people I've heard say Simmons. Some people, so it depends. So which could be a villain, a main character that you just don't like as much as the others.
In terms of characterization, and partly to blame for the voice actor, Steve from Code Veronica.
That's a good one. Steve is so annoying. If they make a remake,
voice actor.
Yeah.
Like he probably tried a little bit too hard on that one. Too high a pitch on his voice.
Yeah.
Not a good match for Claire. Me on the other hand.
It's too high pitched and whiny. And his stories too. His stories is a bit much. Which Resident Evil character do you hate the most? As we mentioned, it could be a character that you just don't like as much as the others. It could be a villain. It could be just a main character. What do you think?
I gotta say Rebecca in RE1 Remake, because I felt that she just didn't do anything, and every time she wasn't with you, she got attacked. It was an annoying.
I did not go wrong.
There you go. It's all opinions, man.
No, that's a good point, because that was always strange to play Resident Evil 0. You see Rebecca doing stuff, and then at the end, Rebecca's not doing anything. She's like almost helpless. So yeah, that's a good answer. What character do you hate the most? We're going deep. It could be a villain. It doesn't have to be a main character. Like I've heard somebody say Simmons from Resident Evil 6 is one of their hated.
Honestly, I don't like Sherry.
You don't like Sherry? I see. Wait, Sherry from RE2 or RE6? 6? Oh.
In 2, she's still kind of annoying, but she's a child, so she gets a pass, but 6, no.
Yeah, I see. Okay. What's a Resident Evil character that you hate?
Ashley. I don't like Ashley. Babysitting her the entire Resident Evil 4 game was kind of whatever, but...
And you played the remake, right?
I played the remake.
Because the 4 OG was even worse. It was worse, so yeah.
I remember playing in 4 remake, there's like a graveyard sequence.
Yeah.
She was just, it's just so bad. She gets stuck on everything.
Favorite Resident Evil weapon?
Oh, I want to say the, I can't even remember the name of it. It's
what does it look like?
It's the Magnum that you get in Resident Evil 4. It starts with a P.
Oh, the butterfly? Broken butterfly, then there's also the Killer 7. It looks like Terminator.
It was the one, I think you got it for completing mercenaries with 5 stars and whatnot.
Yeah. I think that's the broken butterfly, isn't it? No. I know the one. It's a big one.
It's a big one. Yeah. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, that one's definitely my favorite.
That's your favorite? Yeah. What's your favorite weapon? One favorite weapon? Lightning bomb. Nice.
That's a good one.
Classic.
Yeah.
I know. Well, we did a knife run of RE1 on the GameCube.
I killed Yon. Your help. We had to run around with a knife. RE1 tank controls on the GameCube. We killed Yon with no save for 2 hours and just a knife. And man, I killed Yon. So yeah, we'll just say tactical knife.
Tactical knife, for sure.
Monica probably has the best knife.
Yes.
I remember doing the Wesker run in Battle. Totally. And that came in clutch.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Just
I like that.
It's a good
top. Like
yes. I like that.
It was good. what's your favorite Resident Evil weapon of the series? I mean, any game. Be a sniper, or magnum, RPG.
The broken butterfly, I feel like.
Broken butterfly.
Yeah, because when I got that, like, I remember it was pretty hard to get. Because like I think you can also buy it later on, but like in order to get it, it's actually really hard to do it. And my dad had to do it.
Yeah, you had to get Ashley, correct?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, Ashley to kind of push piggyback and you go on top, right? Yeah, nice. What's your favorite Resident Evil weapon?
Shotgun.
Which one? The first Remington 870?
No, I think the first Remington.
Yeah, nice.
Also, I think it was the one you use as Mia in 7 to try and kill all the mold things that Evelyn keeps spawning.
Oh, that's a good question. I don't remember the model of that, but that's a good point. I'll have it up on the video. Your favorite Resident Evil weapon?
I'm gonna go with the.
Is it the LE5?
You would think, right?
Yeah.
The Red 9 or the C96 that Leon carries in the 4th game.
Nice.
Those are handguns myself.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, that's a good choice. What's your favorite Resident Evil weapon?
Oh, the combat shotgun, probably.
Nice. And
Heisenberg's hammer.
Hammer, yeah, that's a good choice. Next up, what's your favorite weapon to have seen with like Alice, or just any other weapon that you've probably seen from all the other characters?
Honestly, I like it when she has the 2 katanas.
Oh yeah. Afterlife.
That's a pretty cool action scene.
Nice. What's your favorite weapon in Resident Evil movies specifically?
Well, my favorite weapon will be Alice itself.
That's a good answer. She is a weapon, yeah. And what's your favorite Resident Evil weapon?
I don't know. Probably Leon's legs.
So you're just ready for
kicking people, yeah.
I see. No, like Magnum or specific, like the Silver Ghost or anything like that.
I mean, yeah.
Combat knife.
Combat knife, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Nice. Yeah. What's the most overrated Resident Evil game? Overrated.
Yeah.
Which game were you like, it wasn't that good? A lot of people like it, but you're like,
I don't know. I don't think there's a hugely overrated Resident Evil game. I kind of liked all of them.
You think all of them are rated?
To mostly everyone's, of course. With Resident Evil 6 being underrated. Of course, I didn't agree with people's point of view on that. But I think there's not really.
All right, that's perfect then.
Resident Evil 4. The original. The OG. Period. To be fair, like, signed, sealed, delivered.
It brought a ton. Like, I remember it was kind of like when the Wii was coming out, and it was like the first big game that was coming out on the Wii. So it brought a ton.
It did. A lot of people that weren't Resident Evil
Which I appreciate.
Yeah.
I'm like, once you play more of other games, it's time to let go of our
we call it Devil May Leon. Leon May Cry. That's what we call it. Because that's really when that style came out. And they were working on Devil May Cry. So they brought in some things that didn't make sense. Now the remake, we're not talking about this.
Yeah, the remake is quite good.
It's quite good. And they tied in the story.
Did it redeem it for you guys? Was it rated, like not overrated, but
it was accurate.
Yeah. They went, we have Village, and now we have other more of it has to make sense because it was a really big break in. I guess that's true. Yeah. The remake is good.
Well, thank you guys. And where can people follow you guys?
Corvus made. Corvus got made on Instagram.
Corvus made is where it's at.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
So cool to see other Capcom creators as well.
what's the most overrated Resident Evil game in your opinion?
Man.
You said you played the remakes. You played.
Yeah, I haven't played a lot of them.
Yeah. But which one was it like, this is too much hype and it doesn't really land?
I don't know. I feel like all of them that have been either I think that they're underhyped or I think it's right on the money.
I see. Okay. So everything is properly rated. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Owen.
Yeah.
What's the most overrated Resident Evil game? We're gonna get into some hot water here.
Okay. Resident Evil 7.
Oh, okay.
Just because.
No, I actually agree. I actually agree with you.
Just because, like for me, I feel like it's a good game, and it did. Like I have to admit, like it did provide this.
Like this does not feel good on the joints.
But I mean, like it could have been a better game in my opinion. Like I don't know.
I'm total agree disagreement. I've actually said this a lot in the channel that Ethan, I didn't like how he felt like plain vanilla. Like there was nothing interesting about him. I didn't like how he didn't have a face. We didn't see his face. Shadow of Rose made it really ridiculous by adding third person. We couldn't see his face even then. So stuff like that, but no, that's true. And where can people follow if you want? I mean, you can shout out, if not, then it's cool.
Yeah, so my cosplay account is smitty.cosplay. Yeah, other than that, I don't really have any other accounts.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so give them a follow. Thank you so much, man. Your cosplay is awesome. I love the respect you're giving to Carlos, man. That's the next Resident Evil game that you want to play.
Definitely Resident Evil 2.
Resident Evil 2? The remake or the OG?
The remake.
Nice. All right. And last question, what's the most overrated Resident Evil game, or do you think all of them are adequately rated?
Most overrated? This is going to sound like heresy to some people, especially my best friend. I think the remake on the GameCube, I never personally got into it myself. I understand the appeal, but they're all really good games.
Yeah.
Not really my thing, the remake.
I see, so RE1 remake specifically.
Yeah.
You know what? For me personally, I actually prefer the first one over the remake, but I still enjoy the remake.
Bad voice acting and all, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And what's the most overrated Resident Evil game in your opinion?
The most overrated?
Overrated.
A lot of people are gonna hate me for this one, but Remake 2, RE2 Remake. I felt they changed way too much of the game, and
scenario.
Yeah, exactly. I just wasn't a big fan of that one, but it's the one that gets the most love. So.
Yeah. No, that's a good answer. Well, thank you so much. What's the most overrated Resident Evil game?
I gotta say, and this is just from me playing it, I can't do Resident Evil 1.
Oh, I see.
It's because of tank controls. I can't do it. It's still a fun game. I'm still making my way through it, but the tank controls have bothered me a lot.
You know what? I've heard that a lot. A lot of newcomers, it's very difficult to get into the tank control era.
I think if I played it on like the console it was made for, then it'd be better. But playing it on my very modern PC is kind of hard.
Yeah, you have to double 2 arrow keys to go to it.
It's still great, but it's probably my least favorite.
Yeah. Honestly, the Heisenberg outfit is amazing.
Thank you.
I got a picture with you. That's so cool. Anyways, thank you so much. Since you haven't played Resident Evil, which one do you want to play?
Well, from what I've watched, Resident Evil Village looks the coolest to me.
Yeah. With Heisenberg
I think it was Resident Evil 4.
Okay.
Really interesting
the remake. With Leon. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much, Jaden. Right?
Yeah.
Jaden. Yeah. Thank you so much. And where can people follow you?
On Instagram, I have my normal account, which is _Petcher_713. But I also have an art account where I've done a lot of Baldur's Gate content, which is it's going to be bloody, but I don't really know how to explain it. But it's bloody milk.
Bloody milk.
Bloody milk. Yeah.
What's the worst film in your opinion, out of all the Resident Evil movies?
The worst one. That one's a little tough. I'd say maybe the second.
The second? I see. And why do you say the second? What was about it that you just didn't like it?
I felt like things should have progressed a little bit faster, maybe, so just a little slow, but I just like more of the creativity in some of the other ones.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. I actually know Megan's husband, Mario, Mario, do you want to, what's the one you didn't like out of all the Resident Evil movies? Just the Mila Jovovich.
Well, I guess I didn't like the guy on the final chapter. You know, the main guy, the one who created
Dr. Isaacs?
Yeah, Dr. Isaacs. He was like a super strong, but not like Resident Evil strong, but more of that. They go a little bit top with that. So it was like, man, you have to give them a chance a little bit.
Yeah, and it was weird that they brought him back too, because didn't he die in the second one?
Yeah.
Or was it the third one? I don't remember.
No, it wasn't the second one.
It was in the second one? Okay, yeah. Well, thank you so much, guys. And for those of you that don't know, I actually do know Mario. We actually shot a film together, Billy the Kid. Show your face, Mario, so they can see. We did. You could see us in the show. We were there. We were extras. Played the mariachi. It's coming out. So that's all we'll say. We can't talk.
It's coming out, but you're gonna see a cool surprise.
Yeah.
I got a close up, so that's cool.
Yeah, that's really releasing next month, isn't it? I believe.
Yeah, I think that was.
So make sure to check that out. And also, where can people follow you?
You guys can follow me on my YouTube channel, Cosplay Fan. You just type that and you will see the videos from all over Alberta conventions, Aura Fest, Animaton, Edmonton Expo, Calgary Expo. You can follow me there for sure. I would appreciate that.
Yeah.